我讲不侬听，实际侬要听我讲话。我目的，侬有机会应该多跟㑚妈妈讲讲，迭个人，迭个老板。
啊，我的态度是，㑚自家去选择㑚自家欢喜的，我帮我搭界，只要㑚过得开心，随便㑚去选择啥人去。
侬记得我老早讲过句闲话。
是吧？
侬可能已经忘记脱了。如果侬和这个老板有接触，或者侬认可伊，那么偏偏我跟侬讲，我今朝要告侬到此为止。
My father's words made me want to both laugh and cry. I had tried to see the love in him, but instead he had shown me his hatred. But what I did not tell him is that after discovering my mother's secret, I realized that I could not understand her at all. Every day I work overtime to keep busy. Home for me has become some sort of hotel where I spend the night. The past was like a dream. When the dream ended, I didn't know if my parents got what they wanted. I don't know. There must be a part of truth in the lies, and lies in the truth. Maybe that's what life is all about.
If you're a Nokia user, you can download AlJazeera's news widget from Nokia's Ovies store. The news widget, available on compatible Nokia devices, gives users quick and easy access to real-time news updates from AlJazeera English. See the world in real time. AlJazeera Mobile.
Afghanistan is faced with a huge challenge.
Relations have gone really sour between us and our allies.
We have inflicted considerable damage on the enemy.
The people who make international headlines.
Ultimately, the truth will out.
They want to stop this publication of information that embarrasses them.
Make time for Sir David Frost. Frost over the world. At this time on Al Jazeera.
From local traders to international finance, it's commerce that makes the world go round. For global companies and developing markets, communication is the currency, and information is the most valuable commodity. Counting the cost at this time on Al Jazeera.
A history of guerrilla warfare, a place on the global stage. They were an organization created for a stateless population. But before fighting for their land, why did the PLO fight for independence from their Arab neighbors? Chronicling the turbulent story of the struggle for a Palestinian homeland. PLO, History of a Revolution, at this time on Al Jazeera.
احنا الجزيرة الإنجليزية عم نسأل الناس ليش جايين اليوم.
Wherever the news, whatever the story. Al Jazeera.
This is Al Jazeera.
Hello there, welcome to the News Hour live from Doha. I'm Shuli Ghosh. From Al Jazeera news centres in Doha, London and Washington, and live from Libya and Egypt, these are the top stories. The battle for AlJazeera, more than 30 killed as pro-Gaddafi forces try to retake the western Libyan city. Armed groups are on the move after taking the oil town of Ras Lanouf from government hands.
I'm Felicity Barr in London with the latest from Europe, including as the evacuation of foreign oil workers from Libya continues, so does the flow of oil money to the government in Tripoli.
Hello, I'm Daljit Dhaliwal in Washington. The top story from the Americas.
Our top priority right now has to be creating new jobs and opportunities.
US President Barack Obama presses Congress to pass his budget or risks stalling the economy.
We begin the news hour in Libya, where forces loyal to Muammar Gaddafi have been launching new and widespread attacks. Armed opposition groups have been fighting back in a bid for control of key cities across Libya. In Tripoli, security forces continue to crack down on any hint of dissent. They fired tear gas on protesters after Friday prayers in a bid to maintain control of one of Gaddafi's last remaining strongholds. But the fiercest fighting has taken place west of Tripoli in AlJazeera. Government forces there have launched a second attack after rebels drove them out earlier on Saturday. Further east in Ras Lanouf, armed rebel groups are on the move. They took the strategic oil town from government hands. They've now vowed to move to Gaddafi's hometown of Sirte. And the eastern city of Benghazi is where the uprising first kicked off in mid-February. 17 people died there when an ammunition depot exploded early on Saturday. Lawrence Lee has the latest.
One of the big debates during this conflict has been to do with the strength of the Libyan army, and pictures like this have been rare. This is the brigade trying to retake the town of AlJazeera, not far from Tripoli, where the fighting has been ferocious. Residents have claimed indiscriminate fire by the army. Soldiers loyal to Gaddafi say this is one fight they're winning.
With God's will, we are controlling the entrances and exits of AlJazeera. They cannot get out of the town, and they will not be able to do anything anymore. We are controlling it, and we will control more.
If the latest bombardment of AlJazeera is anything like this attack from Thursday, it's easy to understand why locals speak of chaos.
Ordinary people are helpless. We are taking refuge in our buildings. Paramedics are also cannot help. We are trying to save the injured and those who have fallen. We are helpless and we see people lying dead and injured on the ground, and we cannot help them at all.
The Libyan army is notoriously poorly resourced, which may explain why it's taking them so long to retake one town only a short distance from Tripoli. Even if the opposition fighters are badly trained, the one big advantage they do have is force of numbers. The rebels, for instance, say they've taken Ras Lanouf and are on the march towards Gaddafi's hometown of Sirte. There's still plenty of resolve here. Apart from anything else, they captured and then ransacked the symbolic prize of Gaddafi's beachfront residence in the town, which must have been gratifying for them. But more importantly than that, Ras Lanouf has oil, lots and lots of it.
At the beginning there, you see from here up to 10 kilometers, the